Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do what I would classify as a silly little video. And I want to emphasize that word little. As today I am going to be talking about the smallest book I have in my whole collection. And I don't mean by simply the word count, I actually mean the physical size of the book. This is the smallest book, as I said, that I have ever bought, that I have in the however many books that I have. This is the tiniest book that I have acquired. And at first when I bought it, because I bought it second hand, I thought, okay, it's cute, and I thought, okay, I thought I would have it as a kind of a curiosity thing for my room. And the book that I am going to be somewhat reviewing today, it's not going to be more of a review, it's more of a discussion thing. That is Charles Dickens. And this one is the complete novels in one sitting. So just to have a look at the book, this in my hand, it's just about the same size as my palm, and it's a hardback, and it is very small. Not as small as it could be, but it is tiny. This could easily be fitted into any pocket. Now the reason why I picked this book up is because I have only read one Charles Dickens novel before, and that is a Christmas Carol, which I read. I think I've read that every single Christmas since I've actually got it. I do have the all the Christmas books from Dickens in one collection, which I have been meaning to read, but it's gotten away from me. But this year, I am planning to make that the top priority for December time. And I wouldn't mind reading Oliver Twist, as I like the musical adaptation of that movie, and I know that I would like the book. So the reason why I picked this book up is because I would like, or I wouldn't mind reading more of Dickens' stories, as he is or was a British author, and I just thought it would be kind of appropriate for someone that's British to actually read a famous British author or more of his work. Um, it's more of a hit and miss with me with classic literature, as the writing style kind of goes over my head a little bit. So I thought that this book would be the ideal way for me to get introduced to more of Dickens' work, and would somewhat inspire me to pick up more of his books, regardless about the obstacles of language and the writing style. Now, because on the front of the book it says the complete novels, now I have to emphasize this. Obviously, this isn't all of Charles Dickens' novels condensed into a small book. That would be impossible. If that was to actually happen, it would be a lot bigger than this little thing. No, what this is, it's a kind of a bite-sized introduction to all of his books. So at the start, it has these street maps of a very small area of London, and it is on the same on the other side. Uh, yeah, it's exactly the same picture on both sides. So when you open it up, it's basically like this, and it has a table of contents which goes through all the stories in chronological order. So that's nice, I guess. It has a introduction, a very, very, very small introduction about Dickens. And at the start of each kind of story, it has this kind of layout of the pages. It has the title and a picture from the corresponding book. They're all in this style, so it's very familiar and consistent, I would say. So it starts off with the Pickwick Papers. It does say at the bottom serialized, which I presume that means published, basically. And then it has the years which it was published. So in this case, 1836 to 37. So that's that. And it just gives you one page of a little quote from the story itself, so you kind of maybe get a flavour about the writing style of it. And then it has a maybe a introduction or a brief synopsis of the story itself. And then it has a list of what it classifies as the major characters, so the main characters of the book or of that corresponding story, and a little, well, a very, very, very brief description about the person in that story. And then it has a excerpt or a clip from that corresponding book as well, so you kind of get the quote from the story and also a very small section within that story, so you get a chance to read a little part of the book. So this one is a excerpt from chapter 28. So yeah, and then you go on to the next story, which is Oliver Twist, and so on and so forth. All the stories don't, I mean, kind of stay or stick to that kind of familiar layout. So you have the quotes from a story, then the list of the major characters, and then a section of the book or a part of the part of the story, and it may be a part from the actual book, taken from the book, or it may be the author of this book writing a description of the book for you. I nearly forgot that the author of this book is someone called Joel Herr. I'll probably say that wrong, but I've done my best. It'll be in the title of this video anyway. It's pretty much what you're getting. You get it for all of Dickens' stories, so it's from the Pickwick Papers, Oliver Twist, Nicholas Nickleby, The Old Curiosity Shop, which it did sound intriguing, and it has piqued my curiosity to actually pick up that book. Not in any mad rush to do so, but when I probably get my current book collection down a little bit and get some space, then I might pick that book up and give it a chance and give it a read. But it did sound really intriguing. You have Barnaby Rudge, another book which I can't say the title's name. Then it has the 5 Christmas novellas, which obviously include A Christmas Carol and all the other Christmas stories by Dickens in one section. So that's all good. So that's all cool. We have Bombay and Sons, David Copperfield, Bleak House, Hard Times, Little Dorrit, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, One Mutual Friend, and The Mystery of Edwin Drood, which the book did say that it was not finished, it was incomplete, and that's because Dickens died while writing it. So not sure if that one's published. It'll be interesting to know if it is published. It probably is in some shape or form. If it is published, it's really interesting case, because when an author is writing a book, when they die in the middle of the process, usually, I mean, nowadays, usually a second author picks up from where that author left off and continues writing the story. So I was kind of inspired to pick this book up and read it, and that was because of M from, I believe her channel was called Dark Velvet Dreams. I can't remember if it is or if it isn't. She's changed her channel name, but I will have it on the screen anyway, regardless whether I have the title right or not. But she uploaded a vlog, not sure if it was recently or in my backlog of videos I need to watch, but she was talking about her experience of reading Great Expectations, and yeah, I've got no desire whatsoever to pick it up and give it a read, but it kind of gave me the inspiration to read this, and I suppose this video is somewhat inspired and dedicated to M. And as I did say at the start of the video, that this book, on the title it says the complete novels in one sitting. And yes, I did read this in one sitting as I wanted to see if it was possible. The book is 245 pages long, but as you can tell by each of the pages, because of its size, there's only a certain amount of words that they can fit on the page with the current font size. So I did read this all in one sitting. I sat out in my garden and I didn't get up off my chair until I read the whole thing. Yes, I did take breaks partly through the book to watch stuff on YouTube, but I always left the book open while I was doing that. So in theory, I never really shut the book during that time, and it was always left open. So in my mind, that is what I think about as reading in one sitting. I wouldn't advise reading this whole thing in one go. It's completely doable, but I would really just maybe read about one or two, maybe three stories, and just use it as maybe a really small coffee table type of book. So that has been my kind of discussion on my smallest book. Has it inspired me to pick up and read more of Dickens' work? Yes and no. I'm not. I mean, there are certain stories that I'm not really interested in reading. I'm not. I mean, I'm sure they're very good books, but it doesn't really encourage me to pick them up and give them a read. As I did say, I am going to be reading the whole, I mean, all the Christmas books by Dickens for the first time this year, and I want to read Oliver Twist for the first time, and also the old Curiosity Shop. For the very first time. But I'm in no mad rush to do that. So in a way, it has inspired me to pick up more of Dickens' work, but not all of his stuff. So that's it. I'm not going to hold on to this book. I'm going to pass it on, and I'm sure the next person's going to pick this book up is probably going to like it a lot more than me. I only picked up because of I want to read more of Dickens' work, and because it was very small. So yeah, that's that. Let me know what you thought about this video. I tried to keep it as laid back and silly as I can. I didn't really want to do a full review on this. The author did his best with this book, and I'm sure he did a lot of research for it, and it is written in a good way when it comes to the writer or the author himself writing about Dickens' work and his life. And if you want to get kind of a bite-sized, manageable, uh, yeah, a feel of Dickens and his life in a very, very, very condensed way, and have kind of like a taste of all of his work, then this is going to be ideal for you. I did actually find it interesting that his father was imprisoned in debtor's prison, and I'm pretty sure the majority of his family, or his whole family, was sent to prison at one point during their lives, and he was forced to work at an early age. So that was interesting to learn. Let me know, guys, what did you think about this video? Have you read any of Dickens' work? What did you think about it? Have you got any kind of books that you would think that I would like? I know I like the majority of my stuff to be horror or fantasy. I think that's why I haven't been attracted to any of Dickens' work. But if you strongly think that I would like a specific story from his catalogue, then comment them down below and I would check them out. So yeah, that's been my video, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one.